Oh, at this point of the video, I shut it off because there was a bee and I tried to take care of it. And then I actually got a new guest. So, in a couple of seconds, we're going to switch over to the hippie. Cool dude, listen to our conversation, go from there.
Human being is a universe in and of themselves, and but like I think how they say like God made man in His own image. I don't mean God is in like Yahweh like the Christian. I mean if that's what's followed, it's followed, man. Who am I to judge your belief system? But not like the Christian Yahweh God, but like a God like master architect of the universe. Like, and it's like, but they say that made in their image. So I've heard that like microscopic things tend to be reflected macroscopically in existence. If you look like finitely enough, it's like through a telescope, it looks very similar when you're looking through, like a droplet of water, as it does when you're looking through like the Hubble Space Telescope in a space. At a certain point, they sort of reflect each other. So, maybe each atom is a universe in and of itself, in a larger universe. But then that universe is like a human-shaped being among other universes, and each universe might have. I mean, this is all just conjecture and theory, but
Well,
I don't know. It's just
you're familiar with
unknown.
you're familiar with the Fibonacci sequence, then, right?
Oh yeah, how's it going? Like 1, 1, 2, 3, 5,
Yeah.
8.
It's,
Like just adding the tool. You tried that tool?
Yeah, it's the spiral that is symbolic of the Fibonacci sequence, and that spiral is a mathematical equation, I think. And you can find that in nature all over the place.
Math so bad. Math is not my friend.
I used to be really bad at math back in high school, but since I got out of high school and I went a little bit into college, and I've been using math for most of my jobs throughout life, I've been getting better at it, not really meaning to. So I enjoy math now. Dare I say enjoy, but
Yes.
I'm better than I was in high school, and I never thought I would be.
Do you enjoy beer?
Not so much, actually. I'm more of a smoker than I am a drinker. I've always been a smoker, more of a drinker. More than a drinker.
Like, me too, man. But like recently, because I used to have this like thinking that because earlier in my life, I had this experience with I went into an elevator one time, and this is before I never really it was nothing that ever appealed to me. But one time I went in this elevator, and there's this man and this woman. And this man just reeked of booze. And the way he was I think it might have been like his breath combined with his cologne, plus with the way he was behaving.
Yeah.
It put me off with so much, and I always associated it with him,
Yeah.
But then I had this other experience. Yeah, just that bad, really negative, bad energy,
Yeah.
And then later in life, I sat down and I had a couple of good buddies, and they just took out one beer, and they were sipping it so slowly, and the way the atmosphere was condensing on the side of the can, and the spirit they got into, and I was like, wow, it's just like anything else in life. It's what we make of it, and I can't let other people, my associations with other people, dictate how I feel about various things.
You had yourself an epiphany, my friend.
I did. It was a serendipitous moment. Yes.
That's awesome. You have those from time to time, and they come out of nowhere, and you're just like, okay, what the hell?
I found usually the serendipity, they sort of there's something in the universe that sort of happens like this existence process that when it's something you paid attention to, nothing's paying attention, it just sort of happens. People have I've had so many of those moments. I can't explain them. I can't quantify them. I can't put them into words. But it is such a profound feeling. And what I want more than anything is for the entire, because the entire world is never going to get on board. That's just something we have to face. There's always going to be doubters. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be negative Nancy's and doubting Thomases, But
yeah,
just as many people as possible to experience those magical, like the way like Leonardo da Vinci must have felt when he was painting it on his like one of his portraits, or the way like Michelangelo felt when he was crafting a statue of just divine inspiration.
I personally think they had more freedom than anybody in our modern times is afforded now. It's all go to work and provide labor to somebody else, and be happy with your job, your career. You put so much time into your career. That's all you ever hear nowadays. Go to school and work.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So true.
I feel like they have more freedom. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, it's insane once you take a step back and look at it, and you have one of those aha moments, and like, it's sickening to me personally. I'm trading my time for dollars to somebody who would have my job application out there before my obituary was up, Any day.
It's just power and control. With some people, not everybody, but with some people, it's just power. And some people, it almost seems like they get off because like it gets so petty. That's why I quit my last job. I literally walked in to the boss's office, and he was like, "Are you going to start coming in on time?" And I was like, "No."
No, boy.
Yeah, because I did. I first did. I really did. I put in my best valiant effort. But it got to the point where I was giving them 10 hours. I was working 4 times a week, 10-hour days. With lunch 11. I'd come in at 1 o'clock. I'd go home at midnight. So I'm already giving them more than half my life, because by the time all I do is I already gave these people more than half my life, and that to them was worth $12 an hour. Okay, fine, whatever. That's all I'm worth is $12 an hour. Okay, sure.
You deserve more, dude.
I couldn't take a piss, dude. Like, I'd give them 10 hours in a day, and I can't take 3 minutes to go take a piss without somebody giving me shit for it,
Yeah, they do. Absolutely do.
I was like, if I want to take a piss, I'm going to go take a piss, because my performance is amazing, and the customers love me. If I want to go grab me a cup of coffee, I'll grab a cup of coffee. If I want some water, dude, let me get some water. Because employers who treat their employees well, the employees are going to want to perform for their employer. It's like becomes happy employees are productive employees by choice, and it's being penny wise and dollar foolish. Penny wise, I'd rather be penny foolish and dollar wise.
Richard Branson actually said that if you treat your employees right, they'll treat your customers right. The founder of Virgin Galactic, it used to be a cell phone company, but he also has planes.
So he's didn't he go to space or something?
I think he's got a ticket to ride SpaceX once it gets going. Elon's on his way, dude. Let's talk about Elon Musk. That motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I believe that we are all, at our core, our souls, our spirits are connected to Earth, Gaia. Everything comes from Gaia and goes back to Gaia. And Gaia, Mother Nature, she doesn't want to let, because I notice this just hanging out in nature enough, dude. Like, nature is freaking hungry, dude. Like, it is relentless. It is hungry. It will take everything given to it, and then it will take some more. And, like, so I feel like it's just, like, I feel we as human beings aren't meant to be on Mars. Maybe I am. I can't claim to know these things, but if a person were to die on Mars, when their soul leaves their corpse, it's going to be a long way back, man.
Wow. I never actually gave that any thought, dude. Wow. You know that there's a scientific study.
People die out of space because.
Yeah. There's a scientific study out there that weighed somebody before they passed and after, and there was a measurable difference in their body mass, their total weight.
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, dude, and I think there was another study that had like a spectroanalyzer or something. They actually measured light particles above a recently deceased person, like as they were passing. And I believe if I could find that study, I'll send it to you. But I think that they saw some form of humanly form in like an atomized way. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I don't know if that article was bullshit or if it's real, but like I can believe it because we are just energy at the end of the day.
Right, mass, mass, and energy are the same thing. I mean,
yeah, you can't have one without the other.
Matter, and that's what the whole quantum physics thing's kind of like. But the physicists, they make it seem so confident. I don't know. It might just be a gatekeeping thing, but I mean, it's super simple. Like, you just basically. Intelligence isn't something that only exists in the human brain. It's everywhere. Everything has. The plants have intelligence. The earth has intelligence. The sun has intelligence. The sky has intelligence. Atoms. Every single atom has an intelligence of its own. It's kind of like, have you ever had somebody observe you do something? Have you ever been observed doing something?
I mean, sure, you go to work and your boss is over your shoulder checking out your numbers, of course.
Is it not a different feeling when you're doing it when you're not being observed?
Yeah, a lot of people have an anxiety when someone's monitoring them. I have that anxiety. I'm like, what are you looking at, guy?
Atoms are the same way. When we observe something, the atoms behave differently than if we don't observe them. They have an intelligence.
Well, that's the particles, the wave, and what's the other one?
Like photons and yeah, the subatomic. I don't know too much about it, but
there was another study. I used to know the name of it too, where a scientist physically observed the waveforms of some electric signal. And when you observe it, it acts differently than when you're not observing it.
Yes, that's why all studies, ultimately, at the end of the day, are bullshit. Because they can't ever be a purely neutral, unbiased study. Because if that were the case, then nobody could have observed it. And the person observing it, the one who gets the, what am I trying to say? Like the results, the one who interprets the results. I mean, they're still the ones interpreting it, and interpretation is subjective. It's not objective. It can't be objective. How can it be objective? How can something go through a human mind, be processed by their brain, and turn into a thought, and not be subjective? How? It can't. It has to be. It can't be objective. I mean, it can't be objective. It has to be subjective because, I mean, scientists are the ultimate gatekeepers, dude. Like, they have taken humanity and they have stripped all of nature and spirituality from it, and just like.
I mean, science is an absolute, right? I mean, and that's not even true half the time. Scientists can change.
It's just power and control, bro. This whole world just seems built on this power and control.
Well, yeah.
Not everybody, but the ones who do crave power and control, man, they are.
Now you're looking at it from a macro spec, though, because, the people that do crave that power and control, they run this world, the Illuminati, for lack of a better term, those money-hungry, power-hungry people, they're the big picture. But when we're talking about smaller things, like, just, what the hell? When we're talking about, like, you and I getting on a podcast together, it's not about the power.
Oh yeah, dude, I stay away from them. They're scary. They are scary individuals, and I stay far away from them because they honestly, man, like,
whoa.
I'm not some tough guy, dude. I'm really not. And dude, honestly, they scare the shit out. And I've had it. It's just they're individuals best just left to their own devices.
Well. Yeah, it's a power in numbers thing. They have the money to buy numbers that are only loyal to the money.
It's so sad. Some people are so poor, all they have is money.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, dude, but it really comes down to what do you value in life. And that's the thing about me. That's the thing about my store. I'm trying to sell more artistic pieces for people to smoke out of. Things that they want to put onto their mantle for everyone to see. Because
I love stuff like that, dude. I'm a bit of an artist myself, actually. I love art so much.
Oh man, it's beautiful, right? You take a look at a painting and you just feel something, and you're like, "Wow, I've never felt that before. What is that?" And it makes you wonder, and it opens your mind if you follow that rabbit hole.
Let me touch a couple pictures real quick. Can you tell me what you think of them?
Sure. Do you care if I like take these pictures off and throw them into the edit?
Well, I don't own these two pictures. I don't own. I'll send you another picture I do own though. For the first two pictures I don't own. But they're really cool pictures in my opinion. Let me just see if I want. Okay, here's the first one. In my opinion, these two pictures are art. And this third picture, these last two pictures I do own. Oh, this last picture, so the two with the automobiles I don't own, but the third one I do own. The third one is that spot I was telling you about. I'm thinking there, like, cause dude, like, that's that I was there, the other night, and I just spent a few hours there meditating, and that place is so the soil there is just so crazy fertile, dude. I mean, you could do it. Like, you could grow oranges there in the wintertime. I mean, that's how fertile it is.
That's a new one. I like that. You can grow oranges there in the wintertime. Like, what?
Bananas, even. Yeah, you could even grow bananas. You could grow, like...
That's awesome.
Papayas there, man. You could grow equatorial fruit, no problem. You know, I mean, that's how alive that place is.
That's awesome.
Probably not. They probably get, frostbitten, but...
Those are nice.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, you just feel something from them, right?
They're vintage, man, and the vintage is nostalgic. I take a look at that, and I think...
Those are Rolls Royces, bro.
I think American Muscle, actually.
Oh, I love America so much, man. This country, dude, has... It's so sad that, like, a lot of times the people that are born here, especially in, like, Rochester, in my opinion, is the most beautiful city. I've been all over the world, dude. I've been all over the world.
Really?
And there's no place I'd rather be than the Finger Lakes region. Like, this place is so... It's magical. Like, especially Rochester. Oh, I love it so much. Because here's the thing, man. Like when I was born, I was born in a country called Bosnia-Herzegovina, in a city called Tuzla. It was hell on earth, dude. It was war, like full on. But it wasn't like impersonal war where they're like shooting like rockets at each other. And you never got to see it. Like you just shoot a rocket at a building, and that's how you go home falsely. That's how you just press the button, you know. This was like people like cutting each other's eyeballs out. You know, people taking babies, smashing them on the ground. People taking elderly people, you know, stomping them on the head. Like this was like a very, very personal. Like this was Balkan style warfare.
Holy crap!
And we escaped that. And when we escaped that, no other country in the world wanted anything because it was a very heavy subject and topic, and then just nobody wanted to deal with it. You know, maybe shame, guilt, whatever. And it was the United States of America that extended a hand to us, lifted us up, and said, "Here, live here. Come on, you're welcome. You're welcome. Come all aboard." And the American dream is still alive. You know, some people are disillusioned with it, but life is what we make of it. And America champions nothing more than freedom and liberty and the pursuit of happiness for all men equally. And what they gave me and my family, like I will treasure for the rest of my life. That's why I love this country so much. You know, like I'm as American as apple pie with whipped cream and Star Spangled Banner sprinkles. You know, keep it on top, man. I love this country so much, dude. I've been here 20 years now, and there's no other place that I can imagine living.
Oh, how old are you now?
28.
No shit, dude. Me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 28 on July 28th. On July 28th, I'll be 28.
No shit, dude. I'll actually be 29 July 17th.
Right on.
That's fucking gnarly. Holy
dude,
crap.
you gotta let me make you guys a sausage, man. It's a traditional cooking method.
I would love to.
Huh?
I would love to. That'd be awesome, dude. I'm humbled that you'd even offer it to me.
Yeah, dude, we get some beef, like chop up some beef, chop up some chicken, man, throw some potatoes in there, some carrots, some whatever, like anything you want to throw in there, man, we can put in there, close the lid, put some coal under there, and just let it cook, man. Because I got the such, like I got the, it's made out of cast iron and clay. It's actually clay mixed with iron.
Huh.
Like there's nothing else like it. Like the lid is so freaking heavy, And like there's like a spirit in there, like when you it's similar to like the breath of the wok, like in like Japanese cooking, like the breath of the wok, like the Japanese people say like the wok has breath, and that's like a spiritual energy. Like the food cooked in it for some reason just tastes better. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's just better. Like there's no other way to put it. Like it's just better, you know.
Well, that's what they used to cook with back in like the primitive times, thousands of years ago. There's a channel on YouTube. He's called How to Make Everything. He did this little thing called the reset, and he started from scratch. He was basically like chipping away at rocks to make flint. He used those to cut up branches and shit, make spears.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I love the channel. I love watching him, but he starts from zero and works himself up. How to Make Everything. HTMA.
I'm gonna Google that so hard.
He's fucking cool, man. Like, he really takes his time with his episodes, and yeah, he's got a Patreon that I considered to support, but at the time I didn't really have the money for it.
Like, I find the best support is just like saying, hey, good job, or like, well done, or leaving a nice comment, because ultimately at the end of the day, like money only goes so far. I just find that because those kinds of people, like the kind of guy who's like chipping away at a rock, I mean, that's the kind of guy that like can figure it out without money too, you know. But they need, like we as people, like we need, like here's the thing, like I said, like some people are so poor, all they have is money, you know. And this comes back to like, I feel the true wealth in life comes from the experiences we share, the bonds we form, and the friendships we make along the way. That's what gives life meaning, you know?
Yeah, like they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Absolutely, dude. Like, I don't want to go to my grave thinking, like, I could have done this, or I could have made that friend, or I could have done X, Y, and Z, and I didn't. Our ultimate destination is the grave, and what we do on our way there is what we take to the grave.
Dude, I got a poem to share with you. Have you ever heard of Rumi?
Can't say that I have.
Aladdin Rumi. I think it's like Aladdin Rumi. He was a Persian poet, and he's got this poem called "When I Die," and he says, "When I die and my corpse is carried out, do not weep for me, do not be sad, because I and my spirit have arrived at infinite love. And that corpse is a human seed, and from it rises the spirit." Like we as human, like death is not an end. Death is merely a new beginning. That doesn't mean that I want to die anytime soon. Like I want to live as much life as I can, man. In this form, as this. I think of egos as almost like internet browsers. Like my ego would be me. My name is Eldin Nukic. That is my ego. That's what I use to identify myself as an individual in this plane of existence. That's what I use to, like that's the vehicle I use for my soul to interact with this world. However, my soul and my spirit are infinite, timeless, dating back to the dawn of the universe, and will keep echoing through the universe until the end of days. Which I don't think there is going to be an end of days. I think it's just going to go on forever and just keep adding and growing. So the mass consciousness, right? So when when somebody's in somebody's grave, like that's not their final resting place. That's just where their corpse was put. That was a marker. That was a place to remember them. So he says, like, keep my grave clean, keep it neat. Come there sometimes and remember me, but don't weep, don't cry, because I'm not there. I'm flying around in the universal infinite. It's just something to ponder. But it's still like man, modern day man fears nothing more than the unknown and death. And some people think that you only live once, and that's I just can't buy that. I can't. Like I just can't. But because my experience has been so different from that, and like the soul keeps going after that, just because our corpse is a machine. Like our bodies, our physical bodies are machines that they have an expiration date, right? But what happens then is just the soul leaves and then finds a new During conception, a soul is married to a mass of of zygotes that then continues to grow. That's why, I mean, this is a bit of a controversial topic, but I'm one of those people that believe that life begins at conception. And the spirits, souls that are flying around all over the place, and then the right one at the right time when somebody is conceived will, enter. I mean, I've spoken to various women before who they say they like feel something like they feel like another life enter and they can usually tell they're pregnant before they even take that piss test. Like they just like this one woman I spoke to the other day, she said like she just felt this new like life in her belly, and then she took like there was another person there, but not like a neo, not like something that like that doesn't know anything, but like a very developed consciousnly it just sort of entered into her, she said, and she felt that force in her belly, and I mean, they just saying like in this day and age, like I feel so many people just seek pleasure for the sake of pleasure, and there's no faster way to corrode the being than just seeking pleasure for the sake of pleasure. That's why I find that if we live meaningful lives with meaningful experiences, infinite pleasure is a byproduct of but pleasure in life is what gives life reward. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody, who doesn't enjoy good food? Who doesn't enjoy a fun time? Who doesn't enjoy, the world around them and interacting with it and, feeling like they're a part of something greater than themselves? Everybody enjoys a rewarding experience. However, the most rewarding experiences usually happen as a byproduct of doing something good for somebody else, doing something good for the universe, doing something good for the world around us. And then happiness, reward, like they become a byproduct of that. It becomes automatic. I mean, it's just something to ponder. That's just been my experience so far. And I can't speak on or for anybody else, but for me, like I felt joy like so intensely. And the only time I felt this joy was when I was being extremely selfless, and it just happened automatically, and like it was such a powerful feeling. It really was, and like when it happened, I was like, "Oh, wow, I want that to happen again." So I kept doing selfless things, And
well, there's a certain amount of dopamine that's released when we're kind to others.
Yeah, but oxytocin too, like the bonding hormone, man. Oh, that's a good one right there.
Yes, it is. But I mean, dude, like people, they're so. I need this. I need that. I need this. And I statements, and I'm victim to it myself. I need this to make my life better. But I mean, like you said, touching on it, that when you do nice things for other people, you feel good, and that's really what's making your life better. Is feeling good. You don't need that new promotion from your job that you fucking hate. Or
yeah, you hate the job anyway. Like you hate your job, you hate your boss, you hate your coworker, you can't stand them. It's like I don't even want to be like that's why like when I wake up because I haven't had a job in about 2 weeks. But don't get me wrong, I haven't had a job, but I work my ass off every day, and that's the whole thing. Like you were saying earlier, like listen, you just not having the time. But here's the thing, like I made the time, but in order to make that time, I had to sacrifice so much. Like the price was greater than any amount of money that I could have ever made and then paid for something. Like, but with that sacrifice, I gained this freedom. I gained this sense of ownership of myself. And do I give up certain luxuries? Yeah, I mean, I don't have a shiny car with, 4-wheel drive and bass boosted surround system. I don't have a mortgage and a nice house made out of cobblestones. But what I do have is I have peace with myself, and I have peace with the universe. And I find with the universe that the more we give her, she gives us back. And I call her a she just because I don't know, I just do. I don't know. I just like I don't because
It's your
it just feels like a
association.
very like protective, kind of. It feels like a very protective, nurturing. It just feels like a feminine spirit to me, and that's just how I identify it. But I found that when I give to her, she returns to me in orders of magnitude.
Hmm?
And that's just my experience.
You get what you give. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and karma, that golden rule, whatever you want to call it, yeah. Totally, 100%, and there are often times where I question it. Like, I've done X, Y, and Z to do this for them, and it made me feel good, and I was nice to them. Why is something bad happening to me? But then there are completely random times where you don't even think about it, This was a good day. This happened just out of the blue for me. Something went right.
Well, if you really think about it, I mean, that's kind of manipulative, right there. Like that's kind of like, I mean, what's the real intention? It's like I did this and this and this for you, so why aren't you doing this for me? Like was the actual intent to behoove this person just selfish, or was it like was I doing this for them to get something back?
Yeah.
I mean, just something to think about,
That's karma.
I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm not here to tell anybody what they're doing right or wrong. Just food for thought, man.
Right. No, dude, I agree with you too. What are your motives behind it? Because that plays into the prayer, dude. But
He's such a good. My bad, dude. My dog's next to me, man. He is an absolute unit.
well, dude, that actually, I'm running out of time here. So I'm going to wrap it up. Do you want to promote anything? You have a social,
I do not. No, I'm a bit of a caveman.
That's fine, man.
Yeah, man, just use my words anyway, because I feel that ownership of idea is such an asinine thing. Really, I mean, like it's like it's almost like a slap to the face of the universe. Like, how can we own an idea? How can we take an idea, put it out into the ether, and then claim we own it when it enters other people's minds and psyches, and now they ponder it? Use my words, transform them into whatever you feel is good and right, and use it in any way that you might think could potentially behoove another person, and that will be all the payment I would ever need. That will be all the promotion I would ever need. That will be the only gift that I would ever expect. Is use my thoughts and ideas to benefit, and that's why, like I said, like one of the first things that I told you when I first spoke to you was the most important thing for me, especially this whole cannabis thing, is I just don't want to take bread off of anybody's table, because there's already so many people. This industry is pretty saturated as it is. That's why the key thing for me is finding a niche and utilizing that niche in a way where it could benefit and behoove everybody around. Like, just the only thing I just don't want is to just potentially take bread off of another man's table.
Oh,
I want to put another loaf on there. I want to put 7 loaves on there.
Oh, dude, I told you about my long-term goal, right?
Hemp. So much hemp.
No. Hemp, that's one of the goals, but that's not the long-term goal. So I have an initiative. I have a full-fledged business where I sell things online, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm registered with the state and everything, dude. It's been a fucking adventure, let me tell you.
Right on.
But one of the things that I want to do is I want to take 1% of my annual profits and deposit them into an account that earns a certain percentage of interest. Currently, it's 0.05, and that's not a shit ton by no means, but
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good.
It's a very crappy interest rate. So, I mean, it's not important. But after 5 years of running this store, I'm going to take all of the profits and the interest that it earned, and I'm going to donate it to the local schools around here, up to like $1,000 for each school. And I'm gonna hopefully, if I can structure a contract with the schools, they'll put that towards like supplies for shop class, so that the kids can start using their hands to build things, glass blowing, carpentry, metalworking.
Nice.
Yeah, because like I went to shop class and I loved shop class, but we didn't have the best supplies. So if I can provide some sort of financial freedom for our schools to do that, I'm in. 1% of my profits, I'll take it. That's
my only concern with that is like I'm just worried because like administrators like to take that money and exploit it and use it for themselves.
Yeah. That's what I gotta really like structure a contract with the schools if they want the money. But yeah, I'd love to actually.
Or make like a community garden, dude, and where like everybody can plant anything they want, and anybody can just walk by and just pick fruit as they do them.
Well,
Wouldn't that be pretty cool, man?
I need to own the land to do that, though.
Yeah, dude, land ownership is such a complicated thing, dude.
It's a real pain in the ass. But I mean, you never really get anywhere in life.
Like, how can a man own land? Like, I don't know. That's another that's a conversation later on because like I really just don't want to upset anybody because like some people take that so personally serious, and I just don't want nobody coming after with a shotgun. You know, what are you doing on my land? Like, it's okay. I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry. You don't shoot me.
And then dude, it's like shoot first and never even ask a question.
There are definitely people out there, man.
Yeah, that's why I said it's like important to me just not take bread off of anybody's table because you know that's taking bread off a man's table is when you invite all sorts of just bad things, man. You know.
I think realistically, at the end of the day, we all have just a little bit of bread that we have to share between each other, and it's hard to not take it off of somebody else's table. Man.
I'm a bit of a hippie, dude. I really am.
You know what's funny, buddy? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I never actually learned your name, so I got you in my contacts as the hippie. Yeah, dude, because you were on the Discord, you talking all the hippie stuff, and I was like, bro, I know a hippie like that. This guy's a hippie. He's in my phone now. That's fine, though. I love it, though, dude. I fucking love it. So, yeah, buddy, until you tell me your name, you're pretty much the hippie, and that's all right.
Eldine. My name is Eldine.
Eldine?
Eldine. Yeah.
All right, man. I'll put you in as Eldine, then. Yeah.
Put it in as whatever you want, man. I gotta make. I never see people's like I literally just remember the number, but I'll add you as I'll just add it as Scott.
I'm Scott, man. Yeah.
Right
on. Yeah. I'm trying to find something kind of funny to introduce myself because, like, hey, it's an interview with the hippie and Scott.
Whatever you think is good, dude. You know, whatever you think is good. We gotta light up a bill someday, man.
Yeah, I'd love to, dude. This life that I'm building hopefully will allow me enough time to really connect with people around here where I can come out to Rochester and hang out. You know, if you were looking at something, then...
Yeah. I know the perfect spot. Bro.
Well, you would smoke it wherever the hell you want in New York State as long as there's not a no tobacco sign. They're treating it as tobacco. You can't smoke on school grounds or shit like that.
Yeah. And here's a tip: whenever you grow pot, always plant a couple tobacco plants too, even if you don't smoke tobacco, because tobacco plants actually protect pot plants. They make their own insecticides. Not only insecticide, like because it's extra good. And like caterpillars will prune your plant for you, but tobacco plant, there's just such synergy between a tobacco plant and a like a lot of people just grow like no, you gotta throw a couple tobacco plants in there too. Like they actually protect, and they can like with the big fanning leaves, they can actually provide shade to pot plants when they need like they just work somehow synergy. It's like I've never seen weed plants do better than when there were a couple tobacco plants in there too.
Huh? I would not have guessed that. I thought they compete.
I can grow some concrete, bro. I can take a rock and I can grow something out of it. I mean, I don't want to come across like maniacal, but dude, I can grow. Just give me some seeds and give me some dirt, man, and I'll give you magic.
Bro, that took me back to the that spot could grow oranges during the wintertime. What?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be funny. Good, man. As long as you keep good attitudes and positive thoughts, dude, it's gonna be something good because that's just how I find things in life go, you know? Like, as long as you're positive and good and happy, man, everything just works out somehow. I don't know how it happens or how it works, but it does.
My hope is that with enough guests that I can start growing a knowledge base for people who want to like learn. But then there's also going to be guests like you who talk about good energy and stuff, and that's going to lift people up, and those people are going to want to watch the content too. So like somebody's going to eventually watch this video I'm going to make with you on the phone. They're going to hear your words, and you're going to inspire them to do something with their life. Or, maybe it's just staying alive that day. Or maybe it's going and starting their own business. Who the hell knows? Somebody's going to hear your words and they're going to feel something because of you.
Okay, here's like, cause you said I gotta go make some dinner for me and my brother.
Yeah, buddy, I gotta get going too.
Here's my parting words. A long time ago on this planet was paradise, Paradiso, Eden, Elysium. Jerusalem. It was such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to live in. And after a while, it's something. I don't know what happened, but it all started just going downhill. And Gaia, the planet, made a call, It cried out in pain. And my kind, we heard that call, and we answered, and we arrived. We arrived here, on this plane of existence to answer that call. And we are here not to punish mankind, not to judge mankind. We love mankind. We love humanity more than that. And I'm not the only one like this. There's probably maybe around 100 of us who answered that call. And we are here. So sort of like to just kind of clean up what the boomers did in a way. We are here. We answered that call, And all we're here for, our only goal, is just to provide an example of a better way of living. May mankind see that example and use it to inspire them.
Yeah,
to live like the gods, dude. Because I'm a bit of a traveler. This might sound crazy. This might sound insane. This might sound, like, what's this guy talking about? But this isn't exactly my home. But here I am, And all I want to do is just show a better way of living. I want to show a better way of life, so that other people may see that way of life, potentially, hopefully want to, maybe not emulate all of it, but the parts that they deem, because if it even can lift humanity up 1%, we have achieved a part of our goal. And we know that we're going to be successful because it's not the first time it's happened. It won't be the last, but it is needed in this time and place. And here we are, here we are. And it's going to happen. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
You got to be the change that you want to see.
Exactly. And show me what you can build and not what you can destroy. Obama said that. God, I love that man.
Show me what you can build, not what you can destroy.
Yep.
Huh.
Obama said that. Michelle Obama, I think.
Huh. That was a little bit before my time. I remember watching his inauguration.
Show me what you can build.
Huh.
Because anybody can destroy something. Destroying something is easy. But building something, that is art.
Yeah, that's an achievement. Absolutely. It took skill to get there, and yeah. I like that. I'll take that with me.
Right on, bro. Hey, like I said, I'm making Beyond Beef chickpea rotini pasta with farmer's cheese straight from the farm, dude. It's gonna be so freaking good, man. Oh, dude, I love food so much. I love food so much. I eat at least 5,000 calories every day.
Damn, man, that's a lot.
But I'm a lean machine, bro. Like,
it's because you walk 8 miles a day, dude.
I know.
That'll do it, man.
I cannot deny.
No, I'm thinking about going on the keto diet myself.
I have so much fun every day, bro. I do. I have so much fun.
Yeah, man. We've been on the phone, like 51 minutes now? That's been a blast.
It's been one hell of a cast, man.
Yeah, dude. I've had a blast. Just bullshitting. I told you it'd be easy, right?
Yeah, dude. It's easy. As long as the energy is positive and good enough. And with that said, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Say hello to the family. I'll say hello to the greater family too. You know, anybody who is, you know, we're all family. At the end of the day, we're all family, dude. All 8 billion of us are, in one way or another, family.
We're cousins. That's right.
Cousins, yeah. No matter how far removed, we're all cousins. And with that said, you have yourself a wonderful, blessed evening. Take care, brother. And I'll stay in touch. You stay in touch. We'll figure it out. I'll be on the server. I'm busy, sometimes super busy, but I'll always find a time and a place. Just communicate with me. I'll communicate with you, and we'll figure it out.
That's right, man. I'm not going nowhere. The server's not going nowhere. Whenever you find the time, dude.
Right on. And like I said, I'm sorry, man. I know you said 6 o'clock. I got a couple blisters on my toes. At one point, I take my shoes off. I was walking barefoot down East Avenue, dude. Like I had to, man. It hurt too much taking another step, but strong enough with enough sheer force of will, anything is possible.
That's right. You know, down at the bottom of my website, I've got 3 quotes, man. Love those quotes. You should check them out. There's a Will Smith and Eminem and Elon Musk. No, did I take Elon Musk back? Oh, Jim Carrey. Yeah. I took Elon Musk.
Jim Carrey, dude, he's such a good actor.
I love this one. So, like, I want to read you this straight from my website. It's a direct quote. I took it, like, right off of Google. So, Jim Carrey once said to a graduation ceremony, "So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it." Jim Carrey, man.
He is such an enlightenment. He's the next Terrence McKenna. He is such a wise man.
I love Jim Carrey's acting.
He's a magi.
Yeah, he is.
He is, dude. He
That's
really is.
funny. Oh, shit.
You want some cheese, Lucky? All right, bro. I gotta get going, bro. It was great talking to you, man. We will do it again soon.
I hope so. I'll let you know schedule-wise, and we'll think of something. We'll get it going.
Yeah, dude, just find time and place, and I'll do my best. Like I said, today, you know, it's kind of, but, you know.
Not a problem, dude. Not a problem at all. We got it figured out. We got ourselves some good content. I'll shoot you the link to the video once it's done.
Oh, dude, I would appreciate it. I'll check out your website, too.
Yeah, dude. I'll send you that as well. Hell yeah.
And I'll share some quotes, because I love, dude, if you like quotes, man, I got quotes for days, bro. I'll just drop a few from the server occasionally.
I was actually thinking about adding a quote at the end of every episode of a podcast. So, like, I would say, hey, we're sponsored by ScottsCannabisStore.com. Go check them out. And then, all right, guys, quote of the day, end of the quote, and shut the episode off. You don't like it?
Any quotes now?
I mean, there's 1,000,001 quotes out there. Excuse me. I gotta compile some of them.
American quotes.
But there's gonna be a ton that I'm gonna need if this thing goes forever. Episode 500.
I think the Mohawks said this. When a man plants his feet into the ground and realizes that he is a part of the ground, then he connects to the universal infinite, the source and the creator, and he becomes as one of himself.
Huh.
And spirits, people, like, they are lent. They are not inherent. They are lent by the universe to the person, and each one of us can walk with whatever spirit we want. And that goes back to the Jim Carrey quote. If we ask the universe, and if we do it with pure intention, the universe will offer it to us, because the universe wants nothing more for us than to have experiences.
Right.
The universe wants us to. The universe isn't one of judgment. The universe is one of acceptance, and the universe wants us to have experiences. So never be afraid to ask it, because it will provide.
We never dare to ask the universe for it. That's right.
Never dare. Right. Next time, so now that I know there's a quote of the day, I'll find a really good one, and next time I'll share it at the end. Okay. I got put on the spot, man. I got put on the spot. I can't just think of these things, you know, serendipitously, man. I gotta prepare a little better.
No,
now
dude.
that I know it's something you're gonna do, I can come more prepared.
Heavy, yeah, dude. I'd love that. Going through the quote, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that was a great idea, dude. Right on, man. Oh, I love it.
Like I said, somebody's gonna hear these words and it might save them. So, like, as much positive energy as I can give out, absolutely.
Oh, dude, I love positive energy, dude. It's so nice. It's so much better than negative energy. Like, dude, positive energy kicks the shit out of negative energy any day.
Oh, it feels so good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it
does. I feel so good, too, dude. I feel so good, man. I feel so good.
All right, buddy. That's into it for me. Go check on the baby.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I respect that so much, man.
Yeah, he's cool, man. I hope you get to meet him someday.
Oh, yeah. I probably will, man. I probably will. I don't.
If you stay local, man.
Man. But you know, it's just because I'm it's just so like I was like busy, just not really even busy, but I just wasn't ever prepared. You know, and I never found a woman that I found was worthy of carrying my seed. You know, but maybe one day. You never know. You know.
Hey, we're young, dude. We still got a lot of time ahead of us.
I'm a man. I can have children until I'm 100 years old, dude.
That's a fact. Yeah, we can.
I can have children when I'm 50, 60, 80, and my most important thing is that I want to be in a place and at a time where I can provide for that child the way they deserve to be provided for.
Yeah, man. You know? My son Elijah, he was playing. My girlfriend and I.
Name. Oh, dude, that's a biblical name. Nice.
We liked it. We went through like 20 names, and we finally settled on Elijah. I think I threw it out there. She's like, yeah, that one works. I like Elijah.
That's the name of power, bro.
Yes, I actually looked it up on Google once what it stood for. I forgot now. But I'll throw that one into the next podcast.
Yeah, right. Nice, dude. My name actually means old friend in Old English.
Aldine?
Yeah, it means old friend in Old English.
No shit. Alright, very cool. Scott doesn't mean anything. Scott's very basic.
My aunt had a crush on this newscaster because she wanted to be a newscaster. And so she kept telling my mom, like, hey, name him Aldine, name him Aldine, name him, and that's where I got it from. And then later on in life, I found out I think it was his guy that played. Dude, my mom was actually in labor for 3 days, bro. And I was actually born already circumcised. And then they circumcised me again when I was 4 years old. What? I don't know what the heck they did, but I was in a dress for 2 weeks, dude. I had to wear a dress for 2 weeks, man. And I just, like, stand. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I am I do things like sometimes I pick flowers, you know, and like I like whistling and I like feeding birds and stuff. But like I tell people all the time, like just because I do this, like I mean, I'm 100% heterosexual, right? Okay. I like women, you know. But man, when I was like 4 years old and they put me in this dress, dude, because I couldn't, because like it was like painful, you know. But then I'd go around with the dress and like they told me apparently that like I would like dance in it and I'd be like, do I look good? Do I pretty? You know?
Oh, you were very young, you know, and as kids, we don't give any credence to what's our sex or what's our sexual orientation. We're kids. We're just having fun.
Just having fun, but I feel as adults we need to do that too. You know, like it's so wrapped, and it's not like it's like some people out there are just so fucking like sick, man. You know, and it's like. I just try to stay away from those kinds of individuals, you know. Some of them are so like judgmental people, like judgmental Judies, dude. Like
judgmental Judies.
That's why I spend most of my time alone, dude. Because like when I'm alone, there's nobody there to judge me, and I just feel infinite acceptance from the universe. You know? That's why I'm so alone so much of the time. Like,
right? Yeah.
I hate the feeling of like being like, because like I know what my intentions are, and I know where my heart is.
Right. Yeah,
you know, and it's just not fair. Like other people, like I found a lot of times, like people like to project.
That's a fact.
Sometimes I take a walk, like I see like a pretty flower, like I never take it from like the right side, or like the side of the road, like where somebody's house is, but like the side, like across the sidewalk. I mean that's public property. Like so if there's a flower growing there, it's the cities, and like. And I sometimes like to pick one. Like sometimes people like see me like picking a flower and just kind of like looking at it, like taking off the petals and like throwing them into the wind. And like they assume things about me, and I'm like, dude, like just because I like flowers And just because I like, like whistling to birds, and just because I like,
nature.
Nature, and and just because I take like a sewing class on occasion, does not mean I'm a certain way in other aspects. Like that, it just means I like flowers and I like birds and I like I like learning new crafts. Like I have these pants with like a rip, and I'm still on Sunday. Actually, tomorrow I'm attending this sewing class. It's this group of women who teach people how to sew. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna go, because like that's kind of coming useful one day. Like if I rip a hole in my jeans, I could like patch them up, Like,
No, dude, that's exactly right. I'm not afraid of it. Fuck yeah, I know how to sew a little bit. So if I need to, if I need to patch something, fuck yeah, I don't want to be, I don't want to be caught with my pants down, if you would. Like, I patched them bitches. You can't see now. Right. So, like, I like being prepared myself.
All right, but listen, I really just like, for real this time.
Yeah, buddy.
You take care, bro.
Yeah, man, you too. Enjoy your meal.
I will.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you.
Gracias.
Later, bud. And you guys, that was a fantastic first episode. The hippie, Aldine, on today. He will be back, hopefully, God willing. That was some good stuff right there, man. Positive vibes all around. How do you beat it? Next time, we're going to have to actually get to some questions, though. For this episode, our pilot episode, we have some good vibes for you. A little bit of a back and forth. A little bit of cannabis news. Tell me what you think. I need those comments. I need to adjust. Refinement. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this episode. And that'll do it